Hi everyone, it's John. It's June 21st, Saturday. I'm in Cathedral Park and you can see behind me is St. John's Cathedral. I have a story that I've been keeping in my mind somewhere and I'm going to tell you about it. I was in Kramatorsk. Kramatorsk is a mid-sized town in southern Ukraine, Donetsk area. And at the hotel I was staying at, there was a New York Times reporter along with his Ukrainian drivers and translators. And at one point, he became extremely angry and started shouting and yelling at two of these Ukrainian drivers and translators in the area where the restaurant was located. And after that was done, I said to him, because I'm a pretty gentle, smoother type of guy, I said, you might, be nicer to them. They might be more helpful to you. And he didn't appreciate that. And the conversation died down pretty quickly, and I went my way. Well, the next day, he just laid into me when he had an opportunity down in this restaurant. No one else was around. And he told me what he thought about me. And he was very critical. And I took it, I understood it. But since he told me who he thought I was, I told him who I believed he was. And I told him I thought he was depressed. And I told him why I thought he was depressed. And I told him I wasn't a psychiatrist. I didn't know him well enough, so I couldn't really be for sure, and I could be completely wrong. But I told him I believed that he had been unsuccessful at his job because he wasn't able to get the stories that he wanted for the New York Times while he was in Kramatorsk or other parts of Ukraine for the period of time he was here, and that he was rotating out, and he was depressed about the fact that he was rotating out, although he was probably going to Germany for a rest. And another team was coming in to take over, trying to get stories for the New York Times. Well, later, when they were leaving, just before they were leaving, they were packing up their cars, the translator came up to me. We were sort of together, and out of earshot of this New York Times reporter, who he told me he had been a soldier for American and Iraq War, and he told me what had been happening about a brigade rotation. And I had been to see that brigade rotation because I was in outside the outskirts of this town, and I had seen a lot of heavy equipment, tanks and such, going out of where Bakhmut was and going towards Bakhmut, and I had talked to some of the soldiers there. So I was very appreciative that this Ukrainian interpreter was very kind to me and provided information to me without this New York Times reporter knowing about it.